Hello, everybody, and welcome to MLG TV. We've got a fantastic series lined up for you here. This, of course, out of MLG Anaheim. We've got Pool Play, Pool B to be specific, and you're looking at none other than the Manor Zerg Sheth, Liquid Sheth to be specific. He will be facing off with the man, the myth, the legend, Slayer's Boxer. I'm Tumba. Co-casting with me for the series will be Darkened Light.
That's right, and I have to say, I am so excited to see these two players duking it out here. Of course, Boxer, how can you not be a fan of him? And Sheth, I'm always impressed by his creative play, by his reactive play, so we'll have to see what he pulls out with in this game.
You know what, Dark and Light, you sort of remind me of Stephen Wright, and it even rhymes, the comedian, and showing my age there a little bit, but it's okay, you're a little monotone, because you are the veritable encyclopedia of StarCraft.
Well, I like to think so anyway, so we'll have to see.
Never missing an opportunity to make me look dumb in a cast, just because you are so smart. So I cannot wait to cast this game with you, Darkin.
I would never do that, but I definitely would, so we'll have to see how much that does happen. Now, Boxer, he is playing out with a very early SCV, and nothing in his base just yet except for that supply depot, of course. He's not looking at going on a normal scout path, and he stopped for a second. There it is. He will be dropping a proxy Rax with that scouting SCV. So we'll have to see how this plays out for him. I know Boxer, he does really like these proxy racks, but I see it quite often out of him.
Yeah, no big surprise, really, that he's going to proxy racks, especially against a Zerg, because as Terran, you want to get down and inflict as much damage as humanly possible to your Zerg opponent, yeah.
Now, he's setting a second SCV, so would not be surprised to see a second Rax coming out, and this is a very common play, of course, proxy 2 Rax out of Boxer. And Sheth, he is opting for that hatch first, and with a wide open natural like this, it's going to take a lot of control, a lot of decision-making out of him to hold off this 2 Rax aggression out of Boxer.
Absolutely, and Boxer setting up for this early aggression. Sheth, of course, had just gotten back recently from Korea, I know. And
That's
so
right.
We'll have to see if his time spent over there was well served or not.
Yes, we'll have to see. Now, this Sloverlord, I know you like to call it that, will be able to scout off these 2 Rax going in the proper scouting path, actually almost dead on with that. So this may get sniped here, but it could serve a dual purpose. It could help to slow down this aggression a little bit, but he's going to have to make sure to make an overload behind that to be certain that he is not supply blocked when this attack comes.
Absolutely. Sloverlord getting the information and may sacrifice himself for the swarm as we check in actually with Sheth at hatchery. Going to finish relatively soon. So Sheth going hatch first tells me he is very, very confident in this matchup.
That is absolutely right. Now we'll have to see. We'll pull 3 drones to deal with this initial bunker out of Boxer. Should be able to hold this off just due to the fact that the Marines are not here yet. When those do arrive, that is when things will get interesting here.
Yeah, I feel like as Terran, of course, you do need to inflict as much direct and indirect damage as possible. Delay mining time, force some drones to be morphed into some spine crawlers, whatever you have to do to slow the Zerg down. And as we can see, these Marines are coming down now to pour on some aggression.
Yeah, they are. It looks like they will force the cancel on that spawn crawler. Sheth deciding it back best not to react just yet. I like this decision out of him. Does not want to pull out until he has a few lings. A couple will hatch now, looking for possibly to cut off reinforcements here or make us surround. No, he will pull back though. So gonna wait for the moment, wait for his timing. Gonna push in now though. A few more lings have hit the field, so he's gonna try to surround these Marines, at least take them out with these drones and these lings. But Boxer stepping back so well, gonna be able to kill off several drones there. So nice play by him.
Absolutely, and the bunker does get canceled. And Sheth actually, I think, realizing that he has not walled off with that proxy, he's posturing here to maybe counterattack with these lings.
And I love this move out of Sheth. All of his Marines, Boxer will be caught out of position, and as you said, there is no wall off, so all these SCVs right now are fair game. Boxer is not aware of this, so he's going to be in a world of hurt here in a second.
As we can see, the lings making their way to the main. They're going to come in here, try to do work as much as possible, and here we go. This, of course, is going to force delayed mining from Boxer, if nothing else, and he's going to try to get as many SCV kills as possible.
And we'll get the snipe on that mule, looking to get a few more as well. Going to target on that command center for a second, but no, going to go after all those SCVs, and it looks like Boxer in response will counterattack. I like this move out of him. Obviously, he was so far out of position, and this could do some damage here.
Absolutely. We've got absolute pandemonium on the map right now. We've got lings in the base of Boxer, but Boxer going ahead and countering to the natural of Sheth. No pun intended, but it looks like a boxing match at this point. Both players just trading blows. This is what it's all about here, man.
Looks like Boxer will finally force those lings away, pulling his SCVs very far across the map, actually. Now, Sheth, he's not reacted to these Marines just yet, looking for some kind of surround here. Going to pull in now with all the lings, all the drones, looking for that surround, trying to pull in here, kill these off, losing a lot of drones in the process, though. He may get the surround here. He's narrowly, no, he will not get the turn. Boxer going to juke out of that with his great stutter step.
Those Marines must have grease on them as they are able to
Yes.
get out. And again, that is that wonderful, superb control out of Boxer. It's what made him such a great champion. You know, a lot of people going ahead and talking about his age. I know he has a bit of a sore shoulder, maybe a shoulder issue, but he's not showing any signs of that in this matchup. But that being said, Sheth pouring on the aggression, also exhibiting great control of his own, and really capitalizing on every opportunity that Boxer gives him.
I'd say things have equalized a bit now. Both players on very close harvester counts, but Sheth, he's looking for yet another counterattack, and Boxer has not been able to establish this wall in yet, and his Marines, again, out of position, looking for the attack himself, so it looks like we will have a repeat of this last engagement here.
Here we go. They're going to start to trade blows again, and we can see Boxer going to go ahead and try to micro his Marines, be as cost efficient as possible, and the Lings have been cleaned up out of his main, so he's just looking to go ahead and inflict as much damage as possible, but his SCVs actually were not mining, so Sheth was able to go ahead and deal some indirect damage there, as he will lose some mining time. So this is very, very even at this point. I feel like really we haven't even gotten to the mid game yet, because the early game has been so action-packed.
Absolutely. Things have been so low tech for some time now, because both players have been constantly trading blows. No one able to really get an edge in this engagement. So obviously not too much gas mine just yet. No crazy tech, sticking to Marines and Lings right now. I think things may be calming down here. No attacks right now. Sheth is pulling out with a few Lings, but Boxer, he has established his wall off. He's pulled back to his base, and he's looking to transition into the mid game here, as you were talking about earlier.
I think Boxer may be a little bit surprised at how resilient Sheth is. Really able to go ahead and counter and make use of his Lings and be cost effective. Yeah, he was being cost effective himself, as every bit as much as Boxer was being cost effective with that those stutter step Marines. Sheth was really being as cost effective as possible with those Lings, being able to inflict as much damage as he possibly could. So both players kind of equalizing now, going back to their respective corners, if you will.
Yeah, it looks like things have evened out, so effectively that damage did very little. Both players, they have evened the game out, and things will be transitioning here into a pretty standard game.
And if I bring up the unit counting station, sorry to interrupt, it looks like there's 31 drones to 23 SCVs. Of course, mules will equalize economy in terms of harvesters, but so they're pretty even.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, it looks like Sheth, he is droning pretty hard here, so going to be focusing on that and not attacking anytime soon, so that is why he is a bit of a harvester lead. Not mining gas just yet, only now getting that gas on these two extractors.
Yeah, so just to make sure we can go ahead and sync up the replay here, what time exactly are you at?
I'm at 10:40 seconds right now.
Okay, excellent. So again, not a perfect replay system out of Blizzard as yet, so we do random checks to make sure we are synced up, as you cannot actually view replays. Okay, so Marines we see on an attack path, on an attack scouting path here.
Yeah, again, Boxer just putting on a little bit of pressure as he establishes this expansion. Going to throw down that bunker and get everything set there as he pushes in here, just scouting to see if there's any kind of a natural bases taken yet. Typically, you see this third base taken at about this point, but Sheth has not just yet. And look at this. Sheth will be taking the gold base,
so greedy.
We'll have to see how that works out for him. But for now, all these Marines are pushing into the natural of Sheth, and he's going to have to make something happen here. Not too many Lings out just yet. No Baneling Nest.
Absolutely, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually feel like Boxer had a bit of a sloppy Marine micro as they get cornered and are able to
get trapped there.
Yeah, so Boxer, though, I have to say, there must have been some method to that madness. He wanted to lose those Marines, because we know he doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, we'd like to think so for certain, but yeah, again, staying non-biased, that was a nice move there by Sheth, making that trap. Now, the big thing here is this gold base. We'll have to see how this works out for Sheth.
love this. I love this out of Sheth. Very Korean-esque. Of course, Korean Zergs loving to go ahead and take the high yields now. They're doing it more and more often, and earlier, yeah, I believe it was actually DRG versus Naniwa. Yeah, of course, another wonderful MLG Anaheim game where
Metropolis, he took the base at the third, and he got a lot of Lings out, forced the 4-gate out of Naniwa. Again, it forces a reaction, so
yeah, that's my favorite thing about it, because Naniwa may have had a particular build that he wanted to do there, and that went out the window as soon as he scouted. Actually, scouting that high yield, I believe, almost hurt it. It almost hurts a Protoss, because it really throws you off your game. It forces you to have to respond.
Now, this is a bit different in this scenario. Obviously, he's taking it as his third base. It's not really meant to force a reaction out of box. It's
no,
more
he
meant
does
to
not want this to be scouted. Yeah, it's crucial that he does not get this scouted, actually.
Absolutely. It's so out of position. There's no way he's going to be able to defend that unless he places units there.
But you know what? He was sneaky enough with it. I think the timing was pretty good. It is up. It is about to start mining. The longer that's mining, the better. But Boxer has such great map awareness and such good game sense that I believe he will discover it. But it's a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. But it looks like that may not be for some time here.
Yeah, he is obviously always staying active with these Marines, checking around the map for this type of thing. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, he actually checked the other high yield. He has a Marine by the other high yield, checking that one, but he has not checked the top, so he's going to miss it.
Yeah, it is an odd location, of course, again, so out of position compared to where your main is. So if he does spot it, it'll easily fall, but if not, it's a very safe location. Obviously, very hard to scout on the opposite side of the map.
As we can see now, the Lings making their way to counterattack.
That might have been a mistake. He's sending the Lings towards the base, and that could be a tell for Boxer. We'll have to see if he checks it out as a result.
Yes, and he is stimming Marines. It does look like, yes, he is going to be making his way toward that base, but I believe he narrowly misses it. If I check his vision here, yeah, he is going to miss it.
Yeah, very closely missing it. Obviously, going very near those line of sight blockers before he does pull away. Very close. Sheth got lucky there. No scout just yet of him pulling the Marines and tanks back with that little bit of a counterattack. But looks like Boxer, he's posturing to possibly move back over there in a second.
Absolutely, and he may spot it.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. He's going in that direction now. Looks like he will spot it in just a second here. Going to set up a siege line and take that out very quickly in a second. So very nice play by him.
Absolutely, very, very good play out of Boxer. That game, since we were talking about that map awareness, he thought there was something wrong there, had to go check on it, did the double check, which is what it took, being so smart, such a great game decision, and that's why he's the best. And now Sheth feels like he needs to go ahead and respond to this. And in fact, actually, you know what? Is going to, I think, looks like he's going to try to take the other high yield.
Yeah, he is possibly posturing to do that in a second here. Looks like that hatch will fall, so nice play by Boxer now. He will take that high yield base there, so we'll have to see how that works out for him. Boxer immediately got the scout off, as you were saying earlier. He did get the Marine there, so I would not be surprised to see that taken out soon. But yeah, he is posturing several Lings here near the front of Boxer's base, and he's looking to move in here in a second.
Absolutely. And he needs to go ahead and do damage here, as Lings now are going to pour into the main. They do get a surround on the siege tank. The siege tank will fall, and this is exactly what Sheth needs to do here. He is back into the main of Boxer, and Boxer could be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, Boxer will clean this up, but quite a bit of damage was done. Obviously, several SCVs did fall, but I'd say Boxer's in pretty good shape. He defended that quite well. His army was in a good position, so he's looking good right now. He does know where that high yield is, and I'd imagine he's looking to take that out pretty soon here, loading a drop, actually, and moving in that direction.
I'll tell you what, Sheth would be in a lot better of a position right now had that other high yield not gotten scouted. I feel like that is going to give such an advantage to Boxer. Of course, StarCraft 2, much like poker, being a game of information, and right now Boxer has the critical information. But Sheth making just a wonderful, great game sense as well. He knows he has to take that high yield. He wants to stay ahead of Boxer, not just in terms of units and larvae, but economy as well. So I love the fact that once the one gets taken out, he goes ahead and takes out the other one.
Yeah, nice move by him. Now, Sheth, this is looking so bad for him. He needs to establish some kind of third base. Of course, Boxer taking his own third base, looking to get that set up as well. So Sheth, he's looking a bit behind right now. Both gold bases will be denied, and he's going to have to make something happen here. He's going to have to get at least a couple bases going. It's obviously really bad when the Terran player is ahead of the Zerg in economy.
Yeah, and Boxer is aware of that, so he knows he has to expand himself. Boxer, of course, wants to go ahead and keep bases even, and also pour on aggression to stop any droning from Sheth, so he will melt down.
He's doing so well right now with that. Yeah, very impressive out of him. Obviously staying so active around the map. Once again, Sheth is looking to take that high yield, but Boxer, he's got the scouting Marine. He's going to have a spot on that in a second here, so nice by him.
Absolutely, yeah, you can see that he's got that queued up, and right now he's going to go ahead and Maynard over some SEVs to his newly formed. It looks like he is actually going to morph it to a planetary, and I love that decision because it makes it that much harder to go ahead and break.
Absolutely, yeah. It's very smart to get that position set up and defensible, because if you want to be pushing out in your map with Marines, you want to make sure you're safe to counterattacks, and that's obviously a critical location that you hold. So I really like that play out of him. It looks like he will spot this high yield and take it out once again, and it just the issues are compounding for Sheth. He needs to make something happen here. He's only on 3 base to the 3 base of Boxer. All of these high yields have been constantly denied, and Boxer just staying so active with this harassment.
Yeah, and Boxer is in the position he is in simply because of that great map awareness and that great game sense to go ahead and know that he has to go ahead and check those high yields.
That is right, yeah. And now Sheth, he's getting mutas out, and there's one way to get map control back, feel more comfortable taking bases, but I think Boxer, he's ready for it. Just reactively throwing down missile turrets at that 3rd base and at his natural, so nice by him. And he's also posturing to make some kind of attack here, just keeping his Marines and tanks active on the map, always threatening some kind of engagement, so I like that out of him.
And obviously, it's critical here that Boxer goes ahead and doesn't throw any of his units away.
I have to note, I'm sorry, Boxer, he's so aware. He was able to take out those burrowed banelings with a scan. He's aware that a lot of Zergs do favor that play, and he's been just scanning, staying so careful not to get caught off guard by those burrowed banelings, because if you do, that can do tremendous damage to this Marine tank army.
The exact point I was just trying to make. He has to be so careful with this army because he wants to hold his advantage, and of course, you always must be cost efficient. Can't afford to let Sheth in the door, but right now, Boxer has 170 supply or abouts, and Sheth about 150. So Boxer is in the supply lead right now, which you don't want to be at a supply deficit as a Zerg 22 minutes in.
Yeah, not at all. And all these burrowed banelings, this was kind of the trick up Sheth's sleeve. They are constantly being denied by these scans of Boxer. Again, he's so aware, and now he's pushing into the 3rd base, and it looks like there's not much here to defend this. Sheth instead going to go for the counterattack once again. Not sure about that choice. I feel like he really needs to get this aggression and hold it off somehow. But he doesn't feel comfortable with that. He's going to move in with all these banelings and these roaches. The banelings do a ton of damage, actually taking out that command center. And honestly, he's just kind of throwing this away at this point. Boxer can afford to lose all of this when he continues to push up with this army.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the mistake there was a bit of a panic mode situation by Sheth. I feel like Sheth really would have been better off going after the army, but he sort of panicked there and committed everything.
Once again, Boxer scanning, going to be able to take out all those burrowed banelings before they can do any damage. So smart by Boxer, and there's no defense at all for Sheth. He has nothing really to deal with this. All of his army is dead, obviously attacking that natural base, and he's losing so much right now, going to lose that natural. And Boxer now pushing into the main base. That is all Sheth has left.
Absolutely, and Sheth really is in a lot of trouble here at this point. Very, very well played by Boxer. I think the longer the game goes, the more into favor it goes for Boxer, obviously, because he's such a wonderful player, such a strong Korean legend. So it looks like Sheth, he's going to end up on the GG, and that's going to be it.
Will be it for this game. Obviously, so well played by Boxer. Again, his map awareness, we have to mention again and again. Just taking out all those bird banelings, scouting all of those high yields. That's really what won him the game here after all that back and forth engagement.
But I have to say, too, we have to give credit to Sheth, man. He opens up hatch first and is able to go ahead and not only hold the aggression, but counterattack himself. I mean,
nice by Sheth. Cannot take that away from him. But again, Boxer was able to pull it out in the end with all of that great control, those great decisions. So I'm really impressed, and I look forward to a second game here between these two players.
Yeah, let's see if Sheth can't get back into this and take a game off Boxer. Thank you very much. I'm Tumba.
I'm Dark and Light.
Thanks for watching MLG TV.
See ya.